A community united in anger and disgust after learning that a 15-year-old girl was strip-searched at school after being wrongly accused of carrying drugs.
Child Q, can you hear us? Child Q, can you hear us?
It's taken almost 3 years, but it seems that the calls for action have been heard. 3 officers now potentially face a sack, and a 4th is also attending a misconduct hearing.
While we welcome the judgment and we're really glad that it's come to this stage, we are concerned that this has taken too long to get to this stage. This is not an isolated incident. This is happening elsewhere in not just Hackney and the rest of the country.
Police say that changes have already been made, and as a result, the number of strip searches has already reduced. But the family of child Q says until powers are reviewed and laws have been changed, children across the country remain at risk. It's this risk that concerns the Children's Commissioner, who struggles to understand why this practice is in place.
Just imagine how that feels to a young boy or girl, and actually the long-term impact of that. And given that only 50% of the cases proceeded to further action, you've got to ask, is it worth that level of trauma?
This woman experienced this for herself when she was just 14 and says the humiliation still impacts her today.
20 years on from when this happened, I still carry that event with me. I felt like I had no choice but to comply. I was told if I kicked off, male officers would be handling me because there was only 2 females on duty.
Like child Q, there was no responsible adult present, and the fact she had been raped a few years prior wasn't taken into consideration.
It's barbaric that they're allowed to make children strip on command. I cried the whole time, I cried afterwards, and it made me self-harm afterwards. I felt so dirty, again, like when I was raped. It haunts me to this day, to be honest. What happened to me shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened to child Q.
The police watchdog wants officers' powers to be reviewed and the safeguarding of minors to be prioritised. But questions remain about whether or not there is ever a good reason to strip under 18s naked, and calls to address its disproportionate use on black and brown children. Shamaan Freeman Powell, Sky News.